Ross Atkins there. Now, scientists are collecting DNA from pine martens that have mysteriously reappeared in the New Forest after decades. The native mammals were once common across the UK, but are now critically endangered in England and Wales. Helen Briggs has the story.
If you go down to the woods today, you might be in for a surprise. Conservationists certainly were when their hidden cameras spotted a mystery animal in the ancient woodlands of the New Forest.
Initially it was an ear, but I mean, how on earth
right.
would you tell a pine marten's ear?
The ear was almost full frame, and so it made it hard to get a bit of scale on the size. The options are sort of stoat and weasel, but we could rule out pretty much everything other than pine marten.
But an ear wasn't enough evidence, so they set up more cameras.
The camera here is a standard trail camera that's motion activated.
So pine marten comes along here,
Yes,
and then it stops for a selfie at this camera.
pretty much, yes.
Caught in broad daylight, proof this native species, lost from most of the woodlands of southern Britain, is thriving in the New Forest after decades of extinction. Hours of video footage confirms these shy, secretive mammals, which normally come out at night, have established a foothold and are breeding successfully.
The big question, how did they get here?
Yes, that's the million-dollar question. And simply, we don't really know. So they've obviously been extinct from the area for quite some time, and so that's maybe part of the mystery, and we might be able to unravel some of that with the work that we're doing now.
DNA tests could hold the answer if you can get a sample from a pine marten.
So the Velcro here is attached.
Inside this tube is Velcro designed to stick to the animal's fur, capturing samples that can be sent off to the lab for analysis. DNA tests can tell us more about the size of the new population.
There could be pine martens in here making a den to have their kits in.
And perhaps where the pine martens originally came from.
I don't think we really know how pine marten got back into the New Forest, and probably we never will. It's suspected that perhaps they escaped from somewhere where they were being held captive, but it really doesn't matter how they got here. It's the fact that they're here and they're doing so well that's so important.
Pine martens are still critically endangered in Wales and England, having been heavily hunted and much of their woodland habitat lost. Knowing why the environment here is so good for pine martens will help conservation efforts elsewhere. Helen Briggs, BBC News, Lyndhurst.
A public